So, like, everything today is, like, all about progress and quickly providing the newer, better version of something that has barely had a chance to, like, get out into the world. And we're just, like, on this treadmill of stuff that keeps, like, the treadmill keeps going faster and faster, and we keep having to, for some reason, like, put out newer things, newer, better things faster and faster. And it's, like, kind of stupid because it's all about immediate satisfaction in a way. Like, there's so many problems in the world, and, like, we can't address those rather than just, like, hey, let's spit out, like, the iPhone 27SX double plus. Like, can we all just, like, take a minute and, like, it's so dumb because the way things are right now, like, humanity is not gonna make it very much farther from where we are because we, like, ruined the planet for ourselves. And I think that that's kind of disappointing for, like, us as a species. Like, everything else, like, you know, all the other creatures and whatever that have, like, spent their time on this planet didn't, like, fuck it up for themselves. And, like, here we are, not nearly enough is being done to, like, fix what we've, like, broken about the planet. And, like, she's gonna be here. Like, this doesn't matter for her personally as, like, a rock floating in space. She doesn't care about us, and, you know, she's been sustaining us, but, like, it's our responsibility to, like, make sure that she's still able to. We haven't, and so it's, like, kind of disappointing and depressing to think about how, like, it's literally too late, because it is, and the best we can do at this point is, like, try to slow down, like, the ruination of, like, our existence. So that's kind of lame, but, like, conceptually it's sort of cool because, like, we'll be gone and we basically did it to ourselves. And it's kind of cool to think about how when everything starts to fall apart too fast and then suddenly the treadmill is like it's gonna switch things up, and suddenly what's gonna happen faster and faster is, like, too much bad stuff. And I think that it's already started. Think about how many more, like, natural disasters there have been, and just like it's not hard to see, you know? Like, think about, like, sun showers. Like, when my mom was a kid, she, like, can remember the handful of times that happened. And, like, at this now, for, like, me and, like, us as a generation, it, like, happens so often that we've, like, coined a term for it. And, like, that's just one little thing that, like, shows, like, you know, things are already, like, completely falling apart for, like, us, you know? Like, the planet's gonna pull through it. She'll be fine. And a lot of other stuff that's been here for, like, tons and tons of time will also be fine. You know? Because when we're gone, what's, like, left of us and, like, just our, like, time on the planet, like, what's left will be really cool. And, like, it's neat to think about how the entire world will just kind of become like a ghost planet. It would be really cool to, like, I don't know, it's cool to think about, And like think about like how fast it'll happen once once everything starts to like go downhill for us completely, and like we start like disappearing, you know? Like think about how often lawns have to be mowed, and like how fast the grass will come up and grow if it grows unchecked like it, you know, naturally would. And think about like how fast things start to deteriorate, like even if we care for them. Like a lot of what we make seems to want to not stay nice or stay there for very long. I don't know. Like, you know, like rust happens a lot all the time. And like think about like buildings with vines that crawl up them, and how that's like, you know, it looks cool and like people appreciate the aesthetic of it right now, but like it's actually like a problem for the architecture a lot of times, because if you let it get too out of control, it can like it deteriorates the building and like the structure, and like stuff like that. Like if no one's there to keep everything like in check, like we like to do, like it'll happen so fast. Like the planet will take everything back so fast. But like, you know, those structures will remain. And like there's the old art building. Like there's an old art building that we don't use anymore, and like we keep it because of like its historical significance. But like what, like when we're all gone, there will be nobody to remember the historical significance of these things. And like I think that that's kind of cool, because it'll be like, you know, like whoever's left to see it, or like whoever comes around, nobody will really know for sure, and it'll just kind of be up to their imagination. And I think that that's like, from a creative perspective, like super cool and exciting. So like we just made this new really expensive building for like, I don't even know. Like I know the old one, like there was the flooding and stuff, but like, you know, we had to build a new building instead of like fixing an old one. And like that kind of speaks to the whole like make something newer and better. But we have to keep these like things that are historically significant, and it's like we can't like make up our minds, or like we're trying to find a balance or something, but like it doesn't really matter like that much, because you know our like the hourglass for us has already been flipped. And just there's a bunch of stuff that's really cool to think about, and it's like, you know, kind of like a downer, like kind of disappointing, depressing, like it's just cool and it sucks, but it's kind of exciting because, you know, when we're gone, something else always seems to come along, at least from what we can see, like scientifically and historically and all that. And like we've left things for them. Like everything leaves things. We seem to have left considerably like stranger maybe things, but like, you know, for them maybe it won't be strange, since it seems like every time we get a little bit more advanced, maybe I don't know. It'll be fun to see. Well, we won't see it, but it's fun to think about how they will deal with stuff, you know. Yeah.